Hello, my name is Daria, welcome to my channel, and today I will be sharing with you my empties for March. I have quite a few empties this month, and a lot of them are just minis, and some of them are very exciting, so let's just dive into it. And I will start, I guess, with body care, hair care, then we will move to skincare, and I will save for last my makeup empties because for me they're the most exciting ones. So we have a purifying shampoo from Molten Brown. I received it in an advent calendar, and I don't know really what to say about it because I have some problems with my scalp. I've been having them since I moved to UK, and the only shampoo that suits my hair and that doesn't give my scalp any irritation is ginger shampoo from The Body Shop. So this shampoo wasn't as bad as some that I used, but it wasn't great also. It still gave my scalp irritation, so I used maybe 1/3 of it on my hair. Then I understood that this shampoo doesn't suit me, and I used the rest of it up on my body as a shower gel. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase it. I don't think that I would repurchase any shampoo except for my ginger shampoo from The Body Shop, but I'm kind of sad about it because I really want to find some other shampoo that will work well for me and for my hair, but I just can't seem to do it. So that was the first empty. I have a sample fragrance empty this month. Is a sample of Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel, and it was quite nice. Oh, sorry. I used it up when I was traveling and it was quite nice, but I wouldn't buy it because Chanel isn't cruelty free. But I kind of like these samples and I like using them up when I'm traveling because they're very small and they can last me up to 10 or even 14 days. So yeah, it was okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it. One more product that I finished this month is Radiance Face Oil from Balance Me, and I think it's quite a popular face oil, but I don't really like face oils, to be honest. I have right now a lot of them, but I don't like face oils and body oils in general because I don't like the feeling of it on my skin. Some of them are better, some of them are worse, but in general it's not my type of product. I used, I think, 2/3 of it on my face when it was cold. Like I used it mostly in the winter, and it worked quite okay, but I didn't love it. So like 1/3 of it I used up on my hands, to be honest, because I've started having some problems with my hands this year, and they're quite dry all the time. They have some patches on them. So to be honest, products like this, they nourish them and I feel like they help my hands a little bit, but I wouldn't repurchase this oil. I didn't like a scent of it, I didn't like a feel of it, but it's just my thing. I don't really like face oils, but this one I think was on the worst side of face also for me. I received it in a glossy box, and to be honest, I wouldn't buy it on my own, and I'm really glad that I was able to finish it. One more skincare product that I didn't really love, but it was okay for me to use. It's Rich Balm from Aveno. So it was very rich face cream, and I also used it in the winter, and I have combo skin. I feel like it's leaning on a drier side, so for me it was okay to use, but only in the evenings. In the mornings it was very rich for me, and also I needed to use just a little bit of this face cream in order to moisturize my whole face, so it lasted me a very long time. I wouldn't repurchase it for a couple of reasons. First of all, Aveno is not cruelty free, and second of all, it's a little bit too much for my skin, to be honest. I like moisturizing creams, I like nourishing creams, but I also don't like heavy creams on my face, if it makes sense, and this one was very heavy. I'm glad that I used the tub in the winter because I wouldn't want to use it right now, for example. I'm glad that I used it up. I'm glad that it's out of my collection, and I wouldn't repurchase this product. Next product is another face cream, but that's a mini, and it's Holy Hydration face cream from E.L.F, and I loved it. It was okay for me to use this. Yeah, you can't even see anything in there. It was okay for me to use it in the mornings and in the evenings. It was this very basic cream that gave me enough hydration and didn't feel heavy on my skin. It wasn't anything special, but it was really nice to use, and honestly I would consider repurchasing it. I used it up when I was traveling because it's a mini and I took it with me, and I'm kind of sad that it's gone, but at the same time it's okay. I don't really have any other mini face cream, so I think I just will keep this packaging and I will put there some other face cream in order for me to travel with them. But it was a nice product. You know, it was like really a basic skincare product. It didn't do anything fantastic for my skin. It just gave me this basic level of hydration that I like. I'm not sure that I would use it daily when I'm at home, because I have other face creams that I like better and that I feel like do more for my skin. But if I need to buy something quick, I know that I can always buy this one and it will work for my skin. The next product is also from E.L.F and it's also from the Holy Hydration line, but it's Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm, and I loved that too. It also didn't do anything special, to be honest, but it removed my makeup, it didn't irritate my eyes, and I was glad to use it. I also took it with me while I was traveling, and it lasted me a good 2 weeks, which is great. I use this type of product every evening to remove my makeup. Even if I don't wear makeup, I still use it because I wear sunscreen every day, and so cleansing balms or cleansing oils, they help to remove sunscreen from my face also. I'm not sure if I would purchase this, to be honest, to use it daily, because I remove my makeup in the shower, and in the shower I prefer using my cleansing oils, because usually they have a pump and it's just easier to use them in the shower. But I would consider repurchasing it for traveling purpose, because it's easier to use cleansing balms while I'm traveling. It's easier to transport them, to be honest. So yeah, I liked this product. It was also really basic, and I would consider repurchasing it for traveling. The rest of the products are makeup empties, and I'm really excited about it. So I have Hyaluronic Fix Hydrating Fixing Spray from Revolution, and I finished it in my rolling project pen. Honestly, all of these products, well, kind of, I finished in my rolling project pen, but it was okay to use. It wasn't anything special. It didn't help my makeup last longer. It's just mixed powders on my skin, mixed like blush, bronzer, highlighter all together, and I quite liked it. It wasn't very expensive, so I consider repurchasing it, to be honest, but it's not something that I will go out of my way to purchase. If I ran out of my setting sprays, and honestly I think it will happen by the end of the year, maybe even a little bit earlier, and I see this fixing spray somewhere, I will buy it. I live near a drugstore here in UK, and they have it. They have it on display. So if I wake up one day and I understand that I don't have a setting spray, I would gladly purchase it. But it's not a holy grail. It's not something fantastic. It's just a good setting spray that I can use daily. The next product that I also used up in my rolling project pen is a liquid highlighter from Revolution in the shade Bronzed Glow, and I received it in their advent calendar. It's a mini. It has only 1.4 milliliters, but it took me quite a long time to finish it, to be honest. I didn't care about this highlighter, to be honest, and I wouldn't repurchase it. First of all, it was a little bit too deep for me. I would like my highlighter to be lighter than this one was. I can't really show you, because I hope you are able to see, but I scraped everything out that I could, so I can't really show you a swatch or anything. But it was darker than I wanted it to be. But also, I'm not a fan of cream or liquid highlighters. I prefer powder highlighters, because I like my highlighter to be noticeable, and all of the cream and liquid highlighters that I've tried weren't noticeable at all. They could give my skin a little bit of a glow, but to be honest, I wanted more. And because of that, I still had to use my powder highlighter after I used this liquid highlighter. So I'm really glad that I used it up, and I wouldn't repurchase it. One more product that I used up was a blush, and I repressed it into this old packaging. But originally it was from this palette from TheBalm, NYX Greatest Hits Volume 2. And it was this blush in the shade Instain. It was long wearing staining powder blush. And I can say that I liked it. I'm so sorry if you can hear any other noises, but they started doing something on the street, and I'm not sure when it will end. and to be honest, I have just 2 products left that, not 2, like a couple of products that I need to talk about, so I just want to finish filming this video. I hope it's okay. But I can say that I love this blush, and I guess I will insert a picture there of what it looked like, so you could see a color of it better. Like you can see a color of it at all here. But I can say that I liked it because, well, first of all, the color was too deep, and second of all, the formula was kind of strange, because when you put a blush on your face, it didn't really appear at all at first, and then I would put more blush, and after that it would suddenly appear, and I would understand that it was too much blush for me. I don't know if any of this makes any sense, to be honest, but I just didn't like the formula of it. It stayed on my face throughout the whole day, it wasn't a problem, but I didn't like the formula and I didn't really like the color. And to be honest, I understood it only after I used it up. It was okay to use, you know, but it wasn't something that I liked. And right now, for example, I'm using this Down Boy blush from the same palette, from TheBalm, and it's just a regular blush formula, and it has kind of light pinky shade, and I like a color more, I like the formula more, so like overall I don't mind using this blush every day, and I don't have this feeling when I want to finish this product very quickly. So yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this blush, and I wouldn't even repurchase this palette, to be honest. But yeah, now I'm thinking that, well, maybe I would repurchase this blush that I'm using right now in the full size. I definitely want to repurchase this highlighter, maybe luminizer from TheBalm at some point. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't repurchase this blush in the shade Instain. And kind of the last product that I want to talk to you about is my Franken bronzer, and I will insert a picture here, I guess, of how it looked like, because of course I finished it and I don't have it right now, but it had 3 products in it. This was a deposit bronzer from HD Brows. It was a face palette that I received in some advent calendar a long time ago, and I even think that it was supposed to be a deep powder. Well, I don't have a photo of it, but it was too deep for me, so I decided to Franken it. That's kind of all that I can say about this product, because I didn't really use it a lot. I think I used it on its own maybe 1 or 2 times, and then I decided to Franken it, and that's all. So in this compact we had just a depoted bronzer from a face palette that I wouldn't repurchase, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it because it was like an exclusive face palette for that particular advent calendar. So yeah, this was a single eyeshadow that I also mixed in my Franken bronzer, but it was just a cream eyeshadow. It was a matte cream eyeshadow, and it was a perfect lid setting shade for me, and I kind of regretting putting it into bronzer, because at first I just mixed these two together, and because it had like 6 grams of product or something like that, and it had maybe like 1.5 or 2 grams of product, and I already used up at least half of it because I had such a big pan in this single eyeshadow, and I thought that this eyeshadow might lighten up this bronzer. Well, it didn't, because it had very little product in it. It was an eyeshadow from NYX. I also received it in some kind of advent calendar from NYX like many months ago. I don't even remember when. Maybe it was 2016 or 2017. I'm not sure. Because of that, I'm glad that I used it up, but to be honest, I would prefer to use it up on my eyes. But that's okay. I have some other shades that I can use up as a lid setting shades, but it didn't really do much for my Franken bronzer, to be honest. And the last product that was in my Franken bronzer was this highlighter duo from Yves Rocher. It was a baked formula, and I hope you are able to see that they had 2 shades. So one of them was too dark for me to be a highlighter on its own, so I decided to mix all of that in my Franken bronzer. And then I thought, well, I might as well mix this lighter shade in my Franken bronzer as well. And it worked wonderfully, to be honest. I like shimmery bronzers, so it wasn't a problem for me that I mixed a highlighter into it. But also these shades lighten up this bronzer quite a bit, so I was really happy about it. But as a highlighter, it was also okay to use. I also used it as a powder a couple of times, and at first I liked it, but then I saw that it was too glowy for me. I guess it depends on what foundation I used underneath it. If I used a mattifying foundation, that it was okay, but I don't really like glowy powders, so it wasn't a preferred way to use it. Honestly, I'm really happy that I mixed it with a bronzer because it was a baked formula, and I don't know how long it would take me to use it up as just a highlighter. And I don't really want to purchase anything from Yves Rocher. Well, first of all, because they're not cruelty free, and second of all, because they claim they have all these natural ingredients and so on, but I'm not really sure that they do. I'm glad once again that I used it up, and I won't repurchase it. And to be honest, I'm really glad that I used up my Franken bronzer, because now I can use bronzers that I don't really need to mix with anything else, and I'm really happy about it. So that's it for this video. We have 6 makeup empties this month, 4 skincare empties this month, 1 small perfume empty, and 1 small hair care empty, and I'm really happy about it. Please let me know down in the comments what you have finished this month, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope you will stay with me on my project painting journey. Thank you again so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!